got some Mesa Boogies and the Marshall, and everything is lugging that thing in, bringing it in, and I noticed that from engineer to engineer, even like great engineers, you go to one session, same amp, set it up, sounds awesome, because that guy mic'd it right, the amount of room and all that junk and whatever effect he put on. Take that amp, see you guys, that cartage, set it up, and man, it's like horrible. And guys, haven't you got another amp? It's like, you know what? I swear to you, it was great at the other studio. And I know there's nothing wrong with the amp, but you don't want to tell the guy. This way, whatever sounds good to me, when I take that in, it's just like, here you go. I'm done. Don't mic me, just take it. When it comes up in the mix, it's good. Because I noticed, like with my Dumble amp, I love that amp, but once I would set it, it took so much tweaking, because maybe it's the high end is just too shrill, and I try to change it, and they have to like knock some stuff out to make it sound good. So actually, I'm not using my Dumble, I'm using an engineer's version of how he tweaked the Dumble. So this is an engineer's version of how you tweak an amp. Especially with my Boogies. They would have the tubes in and they'd be in for like 6 months, and it's almost like I got used to the sound degrading, and it's like, okay, that's the sound. And the guys would go, you know what? Tube's going. We'll just change them all while we're here. They change all the tubes. That's not my amp. So it's like, well, I'll wait 6 months until we cook. And here it's like, if you like that sound, it doesn't matter how long it is, that's the sound. And for me, when you've got to jump from gig to gig, from Stevie, sometimes I do Don Henley, and then Fleetwood, they're like different. And to remember what you used, how you used it, after you took the time to tweak all that, man, it's a drag. It was like, how do we do Boys of Summer? It's like, well, it was this delay with, I don't worry, it's just like, spit it in, let's go. When you go direct, there's a certain slap to that direct sound, and just a nice clean amp, and the compression from the old Dynacomps, because they really add that sucking sound, that compression, so you get the attack on all the notes. So to put all those things together and to get it loud enough was always a problem, because most amps in a live setting, when they're loud, they're just going to break up. I always go back to my Boogie, when it was just a Boogie and a volume pedal. You had from 1 to 10, and if you set it at 7, when you cranked it up, you got the cool distortion. But when you're playing rhythm, if you're anywhere near your volume pedal floored, you distort. So you got to back off so it's clean, then you can't hear yourself playing rhythm. So this way, I've got full control of having whatever sound I want, and it doesn't matter where the volume's at, what it was at. This is an amp that's direct and an amp, and it's got all the effects on it. Plus, I've immediately got to go from a distorted sound that has delays and all that stuff to like cut that delay. Now give me the compression, because I didn't want it on the solo sound, and then we're clean. So the part that I played is pretty much. So for the dirty sound, I had to switch over to a Brit Plexi, and it has to have analog delay with a foil kind of reverb, so it feels analog to me, and it's got all the dirt for that particular song. And I've got like 1 bar to change from that to get into the next sound. And I think just orchestrating my switch, because I have these pickups, and I've got to go from that to that, I need a second. So any more than that, and a punch of a pedal, I'm stuck. Even if I had all the stuff at my disposal. So here's the dirty sound, and I'm just playing. So that's the switch right there. And I just had enough time to hit that switch, volume pedal, and we're in. And getting back is just as rough. So here's the whole motion. So you can see, if I had to do anything besides that, I couldn't switch my guitar until I played a bar with the front pickup. And it's like, that went by, now I can do this, because there's no time. So just imagine me, it's like, change this, let's get the amp, stop this, let's go. I'd never make it.